If you are here right now, you are probably asking yourself, is my house haunted? Or am I really going crazy? In my professional opinion, it is both. Many people have reported experiencing paranormal activity in their homes. This phenomena has also exploded since the start of the pandemic. The most common type of ghostly activity is seeing a full-bodied apparition of a person walking or floating through your home. Other common types of ghostly activity include hearing footsteps, feeling a presence in the room with you, or perhaps you have seen objects moving by themselves, such as doors opening or lights turning on or off. Even more terrifying is having things thrown at you by an unseen force. If you've had an experience like this, the first thing to do is to talk to someone who believes in ghosts and has had an experience like yours. This person may be able to help guide you through what it means to live with ghosts in your home and how to deal with them effectively. If they don't know much about your type of ghosts or simply don't believe you, try talking to someone else who over the years has given you the impression that they actually care. Let me ask you, do you ever have the feeling of being watched? Or possibly you have heard voices or sounds that you can't explain? If so, then it could be that the spirits are trying to communicate with you. The easiest way for them to do this is through their energy and thoughts. You might find yourself having dreams or thoughts about what message they are trying to relay to you. Have you ever had the feeling that someone was there when no one was? Well, that could mean one of two things. Either there is a ghost in your home, which is the most likely answer, or it's just a natural phenomenon. There are many different ways for ghosts to make sounds and noises. Some ghosts like to scare people by making loud noises or banging on walls. Most frightening, though, is when they use their voice as a way to lure you into someplace dark where they will attack you. Some ghosts are evil and some are good. Either way, when they are trying to communicate with you, they are usually trying to warn you about something that will happen or has already happened in the home. One way that ghosts are able to make these sounds is through what scientists call poltergeist activity. Poltergeists occur when energy from an outside source seeps into an area and manifests itself by moving objects around the room, such as chairs tipping over, or even throwing things directly at people. Another sign that your home may be haunted is feeling like someone is always following you. If you hear footsteps behind you, this could mean that a lonely spirit is walking through the halls of your house and has nothing better to do with his or her eternity on this planet. If you encounter an unpleasant smell in the home, it is most definitely coming from an evil presence, possibly a ghost, demon, spouse, child, or pet. If you feel like someone is watching you through the windows of your home while inside, it's possible that a ghost may be haunting your property. Now is the time to start panicking. There are no other explanations for this phenomenon. Most likely there was a brutal murder committed inside your home, and the spirit of the victim is trapped in there with you now. The ghost of the murderer may also be in your home as well. This happens all the time and is equally terrifying for both you and the innocent ghost trapped in your home. Another possibility is that there are spirits attached to certain things within your home. Probably some junk that you were gifted or you picked up secondhand. These freeloading spirits will usually stick around until they get what they need to move on from this plane of existence, which usually involves being forgiven or they find better junk at your neighbors. Also, for some people who feel like they are being watched by ghosts, it's because they are experiencing sleep paralysis. When this happens, a person becomes paralyzed while they're still asleep, which often leads to vivid dreams and nightmares. But in some cases, the dreamer will believe that he or she is awake when he or she really isn't. And this can cause the body to react as if it were awake when it's not. Simply put, they are acting totally crazy, and hopefully they will grow out of it sometime soon. Have you experienced the feeling of being touched, sniffed, or rubbed up upon in your home when you are all alone? The sense of being touched or brushed against by unseen hands is another common symptom associated with haunting activity. This typically happens to the most lonely of people who are haunted by ghosts. These spiritual creeps know no boundaries even in the afterlife. You must reject their advances and threaten seances if they continue with this behavior. Phantom sniffing is a much easier paranormal phenomenon to handle. The owner of the home must discontinue use of their current shampoo and try a number of brands until this deviant behavior stops. If you're experiencing strange activity in your home, It's normal to be nervous. Honestly, you should be terrified right now. You are living with dead people. Do you understand what they are planning to do to you? Horrible, horrible things. Most people who experience paranormal activity are really haunted by ghosts, and sometimes even worse, demons. Skeptics will tell you that you may be experiencing what they call psychological hauntings. Don't believe those nerds. They are always so negative. How can they be right when they are always telling other people they are wrong? They will tell you that psychological hauntings are caused by something in your life that hasn't been resolved yet. For example, if you had a fight with your friend and haven't spoken to them since. I can't go any further with this crap. They make this up so they can sell their college courses. You, my friend, are suffering from a haunting, not some unresolved garbage from your childhood. Your haunting isn't going to feel real until a poltergeist shows up. Oh, and trust me, they will. Poltergeist activity is when objects start moving around on their own. Like when your father's cheap hairpiece flies across the room or when your rent money disappears. This is believed to be caused by someone who was unwell when they were alive, and whose anger or negative energy lingered after death. Ghosts will always enjoy pushing people like you around, and they will find it really funny when they scratch you. They are truly demented individuals and enjoy it when they get to watch the living continually look down at their scratch all day, acting like the scratch is serious when it is just 3 little lines on your arm marking you for the devil. If you've been pushed and scratched in the same night, that's a pretty good sign that you're dealing with some kind of supernatural entity, and you are going to rot in hell forever. Your house may be haunted if doors slam shut on their own, or if you hear footsteps in empty rooms. Doors frequently slamming shut is one of the most common signs of ghost activity. Essentially, the spirit is trying to communicate with you just how annoying you can be. You have probably been under a lot of stress from work or school and have been talking to yourself a lot out loud. This is just as annoying for the living as it is for the dead. Actually, it is weird. Imagine if you had to spend eternity with people who talk to themselves out loud all the time. You may also find that things seem out of place in your home, like you can't find your keys when you are in a rush. Your remote control has gone missing again, or you feel like your glasses are lost but you are wearing them. No, you are not just being careless. Quit making excuses. This really is a classic ghost behavior. If you are experiencing any of these things discussed, it may be time to freak the actual F out. Holy smokes, you are really living with a ghost. Can you believe it? Come on, man, that dead thing might be watching us right now. This haunted stuff is so friggin' creepy. Even if you don't believe in ghosts, they believe in you enough to make an investment into you and your home. However, if you have experienced several of these signs over a period of time without any logical explanation, it is time for you to throw your life into a couple suitcases and get your haunted ass out of that home. Ghosts are the souls of people who have died and are trapped on Earth. They can sometimes be seen by humans, or they may be invisible. Some ghosts will haunt a specific location, like your house specifically or your place of business specifically. And other ghosts seem to just follow you everywhere. Yes, you. I am only talking to you right now. These types of hauntings have been recorded throughout history and across cultures, even among people who did not believe in ghosts. You really are not that special. Hauntings are a dime a dozen. There are many ways to deal with a haunting, but I honestly feel that one of these 3 options will work perfectly fine for your situation. Number 1 is to hide. If you do find a good place in your home to hide, it is possible that the ghost will not be able to find you. If they cannot find you, they cannot haunt you. Now is also the best time for you to hide from friends and family. It really is not fair to burden your loved ones with your spiritual baggage. Number 2 is to sell your house for less than it is worth. The spirits in your home will feel cheap and unappreciated. They may move to another home or spiritual realm, or the hauntings will get considerably worse for the next family to move into this home. Number 3 is to not get help from an expert. Save your money. You got all the help you need from this free YouTube video. Thank you for watching this video. If you have had a paranormal experience, please share it with the other crazy people in the comments. If you haven't had one, just make something up that will impress the others. I love you. Oh, sorry, was that too